Not all social media platform works the same, and because there are so many options out there, it's really important that you know your goals and choose the right one so that you're not wasting any time and effort on the wrong platform. So here are my best tips on helping you figure out which social media platform will be best for you to use. Before we get to the nitty-gritty and choose the right platform, it's really important that you ask yourself, why do you want to be on social media now? There are a couple of reasons why you should do this. Number one is because it will help you narrow down your selection later. According to the latest statistics, there's currently over 100 social media platforms available worldwide, and an average user uses about 6 to 7 platforms every month. Realistically speaking, from my experience, if you're a small team, you'll only be able to manage 1 to 3 platforms maximum. So being selective on being which one to go on will be very, very important. My second point, it actually saves you some money and time in the long run if you know exactly what you want to get out of it. On average, social media marketers are spending $46.47 per user at the moment, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you consider how wide the social media reach can get, these definitely add up and it'll be quite a bit over time. And when your time is really limited, you probably will want to invest that time into other aspects of your business instead of just marketing. So having a clear outline will just help you stay focused on what actually matters. Which kind of brings me to my last point. Having some really clear outlines and goals will come in very handy when you need to plan your social media strategy. We'll talk more about content strategy in a different video, but just know that if you already have that in hand, that'll be one less step you need to do later on. So right now, just take a moment and think about what goals do you have for your social media account. These could be long-term goals or short-term goals, and be as brief or as specific as you want.
12 seconds later.
Alright, now that you have your goals, let's talk about some popular social media platforms and see which one will be best for you. Starting with the biggest platform, which is Facebook. Now, according to research, the average Facebook user is around 25 to 34 years old, followed by the second largest, which is 18 to 24. I'm kind of just talking about this from a pay ad perspective. From my experience, I feel like anyone older than 35 or even 40 or older would have a higher tendency of clicking on an ad compared to someone younger, which means you'll probably have more success converting someone older into a customer versus someone younger. In general, I think there are 3 things that Facebook is really good at. Number one is community building, and this is thanks to Facebook groups. There's something called social listening in the social media world, which is just kind of you gathering different pieces of information about your brand online to see what people are saying. And there's no better place to do this than Facebook groups, because you basically build this place for people to talk about your brand. You have dedicated users that will ask questions or anything about your brand in there, and you can always eavesdrop and kind of understand what is going on and see what you could improve. I've worked at this one company before that really like using Facebook group to build hype before it launched, so they'll post all of their teasers on the group before it actually goes out to the official platform, which really worked at the time for them, because it usually people who are in the group are your most dedicated diehard fans. So if they're excited about it, they'll go tell more people about it, and after the things have been officially launched, they will be your biggest ambassador to talk about your new product. Facebook, I think, is also great for any publications or bloggers. Just by scrolling through the Facebook feed, I'm sure you will notice that it's easier to click on a link on Facebook more than on other platforms. And because of that, it's actually a really great place to increase website traffic if there's anything you need to promote. From my experience, I can say for sure, with the exception of email newsletter, I think if it's just social media platforms, Facebook definitely have the highest success rate of letting someone to check out a website after seeing a post. The last thing, which is the absolute best thing about Facebook, is Meta Business Suite. If you've never heard of it, Facebook has something called Meta Business Suite, which is just like a centralized platform for you to manage everything that's on the business side of Facebook. And within this platform, there are so many tools that you can use. But take analytics, for example. Besides seeing your own analytics, you actually get to see your competitor analytics as well if you add them to a watch list. Within it, there's also something called Ads Manager, which is where you do any pay ads. And I think this is a very powerful platform if you're just looking to get started to do pay ads. Their audience setting is very detailed, so you can really get down to the nitty-gritty if you want to target someone very specific. They also have a lot of great automation and AI tools to make this easier if you're not too sure how to get started. So in summary, Facebook is great for community building, website traffic, and pay advertising. Instagram in general definitely has a younger vibe. According to statistics from last year, the biggest demographic is actually the 18 to 24 age group, and then as you can see in the graph, it's kind of slowly decreased as you age. Now, Instagram, unlike Facebook, has a heavier focus on visual components, which makes it a great place for any retail brand looking to showcase their product more. It's also a great place to showcase anything that's like an environment or more vibe place, so like a restaurant or hotels. Because of the way that the profile is laid out, you can get a quick sense of who someone is and what the brand is about from a quick quick glance on their profile, which is why it's so great for showcasing your work or product. If you look at some of the most successful retail brands right now, I would say most of them started on Instagram because it's a great place for you to create a really concise brand story. It's a really good place for you to build a particular narrative and let more people get in and know more about your identity. And speaking of younger demographic, of course we need to talk about TikTok. Now, as of filming today is April 2025, which we're not sure if TikTok will be banned in the US yet, but I'm gonna speak as if it will not happen. I think people who are not familiar with TikTok would probably have the perception that it's only for teenagers who do stupid things or for dance challenges, but reality is, in my opinion, I think TikTok is so much more than that. I personally have learned a lot of things thanks to TikTok. In my opinion, I think if you have a great strategy behind your account, it's a really great tool to utilize. TikTok's biggest strength, in my opinion, is the ability to grow organically. TikTok, compared to most platforms, is definitely super trend driven. I'll say every trend and duration lasts about 1 to 2 weeks, and within that 1 to 2 weeks, if you're able to hop on something really quickly, you're almost guaranteed to have views. So if you're a smaller brand or you don't really have a huge marketing budget, I think having a really great content strategy on TikTok could be very helpful. Another thing about TikTok that's really good for it is UGC content. I couldn't exactly pinpoint what this is, but it could be because TikTok have longer watch times, but creators on TikTok tend to have a more loyal cult-like following. A lot of creators can be really niche in their particular category, so if you have a product that aligns with a particular person, it will be really great to provide on that product and let them do a testimonial because people are more inclined to listen to them versus to you. Therefore, if your brand targets a younger audience and you're thinking of organically growing your account and maybe doing some UGC content, TikTok is definitely the place to be. Brings me to my last platform, which is LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn obviously is strictly business, and therefore if you're a service company, let's say you sell to other businesses, or maybe you sell higher stake products like real estate or what else, or like healthcare services, I think LinkedIn is a better place, more appropriate place for you to be as compared to other platforms. If you're working solo and you're trying to establish yourself as the pioneer for a particular field, I think LinkedIn will give you more credibility as well as compared to other platforms. In general, I'll recommend LinkedIn for any coaches, consultants, anyone high stakes like real estate agents, etc., or if you sell to a business. And with that, that's all we should cover today. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this helpful, please give us a thumbs up or subscribe to us if you want more social media tips. This is our first long form video, so more will come later. But until we post the next one, check out all the shorts that we have posted. We organize them into different playlists so that depending on what you're looking for, you can find a playlist and learn more about that particular topic.